Our planet is a living theatre, where every moment is shaped by the relentless push and pull of survival. In this world, every heartbeat is a gamble, and every decision can mean the difference between life and death. On the wind-scoured ice of the Arctic, a polar bear treads carefully, conserving precious energy as it searches for seals beneath the frozen surface. In the blistering heat of the desert, a fennec fox emerges at dusk, its oversized ears tuned to the faintest rustle of prey beneath the sand. High on a sheer mountain cliff, a nimble goat balances on hooves no wider than a coin, scaling vertical rock faces to graze on tufts of grass unreachable to others. A mother antelope shields her newborn in the tall grass, her senses heightened to the slightest movement, while a pride of lions waits patiently, knowing that a single misstep could provide their next meal. Even in moments of calm, the wild is never truly at peace. Every animal is acutely aware of its surroundings, reading the wind, listening for danger, and watching for opportunity. Adaptation is the currency of survival. A chameleon, nearly invisible against a leafy branch, shifts its color to match the dappled sunlight, while a clever crow fashions a twig into a tool, extracting grubs from deep within a tree's bark. Some animals employ astonishing tactics. The archerfish spits jets of water to knock insects from overhanging leaves, while the mimic octopus contorts its body to impersonate venomous sea creatures, deterring would-be predators. Across the globe, the obstacles are as varied as the landscapes themselves. In the dense rainforest, sunlight barely touches the forest floor, forcing creatures like the jaguar to stalk silently through tangled undergrowth, while in the open savanna, cheetahs rely on explosive speed to chase down fleet-footed gazelles. The Arctic fox, wrapped in a coat of pure white, blends seamlessly into the snow, listening for the faint scurry of a lemming beneath the ice. Meanwhile, a troop of capuchin monkeys navigates the labyrinth of the rainforest canopy, leaping from branch to branch in search of ripe fruit and hidden insects. In the polar night, months of darkness test the endurance of every creature, from the patient polar bear to the hardy ptarmigan. In the jungle, the jaguar's rosette-patterned coat melts into the shadows, allowing it to ambush prey with silent precision. Camouflage is a vital defense. The leaf-tailed gecko vanishes against mottled bark, while the barn owl glides silently through the night, its feathers engineered for stealth as it hunts unsuspecting rodents below. Over countless generations, these challenges have shaped every muscle, instinct, and behavior. Evolution's slow hand has crafted a tapestry of life, each thread woven by the demands of survival. From the ancient forests where giant sloths once roamed, to the present-day plains teeming with wildebeest, every species tells a story of adaptation, resilience, and ingenuity. The world's arenas are as diverse as its inhabitants. In the wetlands, crocodiles lurk beneath the surface, waiting for the perfect moment to strike, while in the high canopy, gibbons swing effortlessly between trees, avoiding predators below. For a tiny leafcutter ant, a sudden rainstorm is a life-threatening deluge. It clings to a trembling leaf, using its own body to shield the precious cargo of fungus it cultivates underground. In the open grasslands, a bison herd forms a living fortress, encircling their calves as a pack of wolves tests the herd's defenses, probing for weakness with relentless determination. Beneath the waves, a parrotfish nibbles algae from coral, constantly alert for lurking moray eels, while a school of surgeonfish darts in perfect synchrony, confusing predators with their shifting, glittering mass. Above it all, a golden eagle rides the mountain thermals, its keen eyes scanning miles of rugged terrain for the slightest movement, a marmot emerging from its burrow, or a hare bounding across the scree. Every day brings new dilemmas. A meerkat stands sentinel, scanning for hawks, while its family forages below. A clever octopus unscrews a jar to reach a crab, demonstrating intelligence honed by necessity. The chase is often swift and unforgiving. A cheetah's muscles coil and release in a blur of motion, closing the gap on a sprinting impala, while the hunted zigzags desperately, every leap a bid for survival. Cooperation can tip the scales. African wild dogs coordinate with precision, encircling prey with silent signals, while a caterpillar undergoes a miraculous transformation, emerging as a butterfly to begin a new chapter of life. Our journey will traverse these extraordinary habitats, revealing the intricate strategies and breathtaking adaptations that define each species. We will witness tense standoffs, a herd of zebras bracing at a riverbank as crocodiles lurk below, or a troop of baboons defending their young from a prowling leopard. In the misty mountains of South Africa, a female chameleon gives birth, her young emerging into a world where cold nights demand extraordinary resilience. Deep beneath the ice of a North American pond, a painted turtle slows its heartbeat to a near standstill, surviving months encased in frozen silence until the spring thaw. From the dazzling speed of a dragonfly evading a frog's tongue to the armored shell of a pangolin curling against a lion's jaws, nature's solutions are as varied as they are ingenious. Each animal's journey is a testament to endurance, an emperor penguin braving Antarctic blizzards to shelter its chick, or a desert scorpion burrowing deep to escape the midday sun. Whether nurturing fragile offspring or braving the harshest elements, every creature is driven by the same unyielding purpose: to survive, to flourish, and to ensure that life's remarkable story continues one generation at a time. Across the globe, winter's chill transforms the landscape into a realm of ice and silence. For wildlife, these months are a test of endurance and ingenuity, demanding remarkable adaptations to survive and even flourish. In the far north, the Arctic fox dons a dense, insulating coat that shifts from brown to pure white, blending seamlessly with the snow and conserving precious body heat. The snowshoe hare, too, transforms its fur, gaining both camouflage and warmth as it navigates the frozen undergrowth. In the high-altitude mountains of South Africa, a unique chameleon has evolved a strategy rarely seen among reptiles. Rather than laying eggs in the frigid soil, the female retains them within her body, acting as a living incubator. This adaptation shields her developing young from lethal cold, allowing them to grow in a stable, warm environment until birth. When the time arrives, she gives birth to fully formed, active young. These newborn chameleons are instantly equipped for survival, gripping slender branches with specialized feet, bracing themselves against the biting mountain winds. This remarkable reproductive strategy enables the species to inhabit elevations and climates that would be inhospitable to most reptiles, demonstrating the power of evolutionary innovation in the face of adversity. In North America, the painted turtle hatchling faces a different challenge. As autumn wanes and ponds freeze, these tiny reptiles are too weak to escape the encroaching ice. Yet, their solution is nothing short of extraordinary. As temperatures plummet, the hatchlings produce natural antifreeze compounds, glucose and other cryoprotectants, that prevent lethal ice crystals from forming within their cells. Their bodies can withstand being frozen solid for months, their metabolism nearly halted, hearts stopped, and yet they remain alive. Encased in mud and ice, these hatchlings become living statues, enduring the long winter in a state of suspended animation. When spring's warmth returns, the ice within their bodies melts, their hearts resume beating, and they slowly awaken to a world renewed. Emerging from their icy tombs, these resilient turtles begin their lives anew, a testament to nature's ingenuity in the face of extreme cold. In the polar regions, emperor penguins endure the harshest winters on Earth by huddling together in tightly packed colonies, sharing warmth and sheltering their eggs atop their feet beneath a fold of skin. Musk oxen, meanwhile, rely on a dense undercoat called kiviot, one of the warmest natural fibers, to insulate against Arctic winds. The ptarmigan, a bird of the tundra, grows feathers down to its toes, providing both insulation and snowshoe-like support. The wolverine, with its immense strength and keen sense of smell, can locate and dig out prey hidden deep beneath the snow, thriving where others would perish. These diverse adaptations, whether physiological, behavioral, or anatomical, reveal the extraordinary ways animals have evolved to not only survive, but to thrive in the world's coldest environments. In every icy corner of the planet, life persists, resilient and triumphant against the relentless power of winter. The desert stands as one of the planet's most unforgiving environments, where searing temperatures and scarce resources test the limits of life. Beneath the relentless sun, the ground radiates heat, often reaching temperatures capable of scorching flesh and evaporating precious moisture in moments. Water is a rare treasure, and even the smallest shadow becomes a sanctuary, offering fleeting respite from the punishing rays. Only those species with extraordinary adaptations can persist here, each one a specialist in the art of survival, against overwhelming odds. Deep within the ancient dunes of southern Africa's Namib Desert, the golden mole has evolved to thrive where few others can. This elusive mammal spends nearly its entire existence beneath the sand, shielded from the sun's intensity and insulated from temperature extremes. Over countless generations, the golden mole has lost its eyes entirely, rendering it completely blind. A remarkable adaptation to perpetual darkness. In place of vision, it possesses an acute sense of hearing, capable of detecting the faintest vibrations through the sand. The desert floor is alive with subtle movement. Tiny insects and invertebrates create a tapestry of vibrations, each one a potential meal. The golden mole's wedge-shaped head acts as a natural amplifier, channeling these signals with astonishing sensitivity. With muscular forelimbs and specialized claws, it glides through the sand, homing in on prey while remaining hidden from predators and the sun's lethal heat. This subterranean lifestyle allows the golden mole to hunt efficiently in total darkness, exploiting a niche where competition is minimal and safety is maximized. Its existence is a triumph of sensory adaptation, an evolutionary masterpiece where hearing and touch compensate for the absence of sight. Above ground, the desert surface is ruled by another specialist, the hot rod ant, a marvel of thermal endurance and precision. These ants inhabit one of the hottest terrestrial zones on Earth, where surface temperatures can soar to 70 degrees Celsius, conditions lethal to most life. Their foraging is a race against time, limited to mere minutes each day when the heat is just survivable. To endure these extremes, hot rod ants have evolved elongated legs, elevating their bodies above the scorching sand and reducing heat absorption. Their rapid, almost frantic movements minimize exposure, allowing them to gather food and retreat before succumbing to the heat. Navigation is critical. These ants use the sun's position as a compass, calculating direct routes back to their subterranean nests with remarkable accuracy. Any hesitation can be fatal. The margin for error is razor thin in this environment. For the hot rod ant, every foraging trip is a calculated gamble, balancing the urgent need for food against the ever-present threat of lethal heat. The golden mole and the hot rod ant exemplify two distinct evolutionary solutions. One seeks refuge beneath the sand, the other masters the surface through speed and anatomical innovation. Each has carved out a unique existence, exploiting the desert's extremes in ways that are both ingenious and highly specialized. In the harshest of habitats, these animals stand as living proof of nature's power to innovate, true masters of the desert heat. In the wild, the relationship between predator and prey is a complex interplay of adaptation, strategy, and survival. Every encounter is shaped by millions of years of evolution, with each side constantly refining its tactics in response to the other's innovations. Predators develop acute senses, keen eyesight, heightened smell, and silent movement, while prey species evolve heightened vigilance, cryptic coloration, and astonishing agility. Across every habitat, from the depths of the ocean to the open skies, this contest unfolds in countless forms: a falcon's stoop, a shark's ambush, or a spider's web. On the Galapagos Islands, the drama is immediate for marine iguana hatchlings, who must navigate a gauntlet of danger the moment they break free from the sand. Racer snakes, perfectly camouflaged among the rocks, lie in wait, relying on patience and coordinated ambushes to maximize their chances of capturing the vulnerable young. The hatchlings must rely on a split-second decision, remaining motionless to avoid detection, then bursting into explosive sprints when the moment is right. Their survival depends on blending seamlessly with their surroundings, exploiting the snake's reliance on movement to trigger an attack. Once a hatchling is spotted, the pursuit is relentless. Snakes surge from every crevice, turning the beach into a chaotic arena of speed and agility. The young iguanas must weave through a labyrinth of rocks, dodging lunges and anticipating the snake's coordinated strikes, where a single misstep can mean the difference between life and death. This ordeal is a crucible, testing the hatchlings' reflexes and instincts against the relentless precision of their predators. Only a fraction of the hatchlings reach the sanctuary of the adult colony, where the ocean's edge offers a temporary reprieve from terrestrial threats. This brutal selection ensures that only the most alert and agile individuals survive, gradually honing the species' abilities with each generation. Predators, too, must adapt and learn. Lionesses teach their cubs the art of stalking, while cheetahs refine their explosive acceleration through practice and observation. A solitary hunter faces daunting odds against large, formidable prey, requiring patience, stealth, and the ability to read subtle cues in the environment. In the open grasslands of Kenya, male cheetahs form coalitions, leveraging kinship and cooperation to increase their hunting success. When targeting formidable prey like ostriches, which possess powerful legs and sharp eyesight, cheetahs must coordinate their approach using distraction and flanking maneuvers to isolate their quarry. These coalitions are often formed between brothers, their bonds reinforced through grooming and shared vigilance, allowing them to synchronize their movements during the hunt. By working as a unit, they can outmaneuver and exhaust prey that would be impossible to subdue alone, demonstrating the power of collaboration in the wild. This teamwork not only increases their chances of a successful kill, but also allows them to defend their prize from scavengers and rival predators. In the rainforests of Central and South America, army ants elevate cooperation to an extraordinary level, functioning as a single, highly organized entity. Their colonies move as one, constructing living bridges and rafts from their own bodies to overcome obstacles and reach new hunting grounds. As they advance, a rolling wave of ants engulfs everything in its path, overwhelming prey with sheer numbers and relentless coordination. Without a permanent nest, they form temporary bivouacs, living fortresses that protect the queen and brood, constantly shifting as the colony migrates. Their hunting strategy relies on overwhelming force, subduing everything from insects to small vertebrates, leaving little chance for escape. In this world, survival is not about individual prowess, but about the unstoppable momentum of the collective, a vivid testament to the delicate yet ruthless balance that governs life in the wild. In the intricate web of the natural world, cooperation stands as one of evolution's most remarkable strategies for survival. Across continents and ecosystems, countless species have developed sophisticated methods of teamwork, each uniquely adapted to their environment and needs. In the open ocean, bottlenose dolphins display extraordinary coordination by herding schools of fish into tight balls, then taking turns darting through the mass to feed, an elegant ballet of precision and timing. On the African savanna, wild dogs rely on relentless teamwork, using complex vocalizations and body signals to coordinate high-speed chases, outmaneuvering prey that would easily escape a lone hunter. Elephant herds, led by experienced matriarchs, form protective circles around their vulnerable calves when threatened, each adult taking a position to shield the young from predators. In the arid deserts, meerkats exemplify vigilance and trust. While most of the group forages, one or more sentries stand upright, scanning for danger and sounding alarms at the first sign of a predator. Deep in tropical rainforests, army ants construct living bridges with their own bodies, allowing the colony to traverse gaps and obstacles as a single, unified organism. In the snowy mountains of Japan, macaques huddle together in tight groups, sharing body heat to survive freezing temperatures. A simple yet vital act of communal care. On vibrant coral reefs, cleaner fish set up stations where larger fish line up to have parasites removed. A mutualistic partnership that benefits both parties and maintains the health of the reef community. Within the hive, honeybees work in perfect harmony, fanning their wings at the entrance to regulate temperature and humidity, ensuring the survival of the queen and developing brood. Emperor penguins endure the brutal Antarctic winter by forming densely packed huddles, constantly rotating, so each bird spends time in the warmer center and the exposed outer edge. Orcas, or killer whales, demonstrate astonishing teamwork by generating waves to wash seals off ice floes, each member of the pod playing a specific role in the hunt. Termites, though tiny, build towering mounds by working in unison, each individual contributing to the complex architecture that regulates temperature and humidity for the entire colony. In some rivers, cormorants form lines or semicircles, driving fish into shallow water where they can be easily caught, a remarkable example of avian cooperation. Musk oxen, when threatened by wolves, form an impenetrable ring with their horns facing outward and calves safely in the center, a living fortress against predators. Even among vampire bats, cooperation is key. Individuals that have fed will regurgitate blood meals to nourish hungry roost mates, ensuring the survival of the entire group. Prairie dogs maintain complex underground towns, with sentinels posted above ground to alert the colony of danger, and coordinated digging efforts to expand and maintain their burrows. Leafcutter ants carve out trails through the forest, each worker carrying a piece of leaf back to the nest, where others process it into food for the colony's fungus gardens. Spotted hyenas, often misunderstood, are master strategists. Clans coordinate to hunt large prey and share the spoils, with social bonds reinforced through cooperation. In every corner of the wild, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, cooperation is a driving force, enabling animals to build, hunt, defend, and thrive in ways that would be impossible alone. Across the animal kingdom, the imperative to reproduce and secure the next generation's survival drives a remarkable array of parenting strategies. For countless species, parental care is a complex, highly specialized process, each adapted to the unique challenges of their environment and biology. In the rainforests of South America, poison dart frogs exemplify intricate parental investment. Their reproductive cycle is a marvel of coordination and adaptation. After the female lays eggs on a moist leaf, the male assumes the role of vigilant guardian, shielding the clutch from predators and environmental hazards. He maintains the eggs' moisture, frequently hydrating them to prevent desiccation, and remains alert to threats until hatching. Upon hatching, the tiny tadpoles are carefully monitored, but the father's responsibilities intensify. He transports each tadpole one at a time to isolated water-filled pockets high in the canopy, often within bromeliad plants. Tadpoles cling to his back, benefiting from his careful navigation through the dense foliage. The journey is perilous, requiring the father to scale trees and evade predators, all to secure a safe nursery for his offspring. Each tadpole is deposited into a separate water pool, minimizing competition and predation risk. The female then returns periodically, laying unfertilized eggs in these pools to provide a direct food source for the developing tadpoles. This unique provisioning strategy ensures the young have both nourishment and protection, a rare example of biparental care among amphibians. Such division of labor and resource allocation is critical for the survival of these vulnerable offspring in a competitive ecosystem. Beyond amphibians, Reptiles also demonstrate remarkable species-specific parenting adaptations. The five-lined skink, a small lizard native to North America, is notable for its maternal devotion. After selecting a concealed nest site, such as a decaying log, the female lays her eggs and remains with them, a rare trait among reptiles. She coils protectively around the clutch, deterring predators like snakes and other egg-eaters. The mother actively manages the eggs, rotating and repositioning them to optimize temperature and humidity. If the environment cools, she basks in sunlight, then returns to the nest to transfer warmth directly to her developing young. This maternal investment dramatically increases hatching success, a testament to the evolutionary benefits of parental care. Across taxa, these strategies shape not only survival rates but also the social structures and behaviors of species. In the ocean, the clownfish father meticulously tends to his eggs, aerating and cleaning them to prevent fungal growth, a vital role in the harsh marine environment. These behaviors are driven by instinct and evolutionary pressure, not emotion, yet they are essential for the continuation of each species. In the wild, the diversity of parenting, from amphibians to reptiles to fish, demonstrates nature's ingenuity, where each adaptation is a solution to the challenge of raising the next generation. Beneath the shimmering surface, the coral reef is a bustling metropolis where survival hinges on intricate partnerships and remarkable cooperation. Every crevice, every coral branch is alive with alliances that shape the fate of countless marine creatures. In this vibrant and competitive world, space and safety are precious commodities. The most successful inhabitants are those who have mastered the art of collaboration, forging bonds that offer protection, nourishment, and even cleaning services. Among the most iconic partnerships is that of the clownfish and the sea anemone, a relationship as visually stunning as it is vital for both species. The anemone's tentacles, armed with potent venom, are a deadly snare for most small fish. Yet for the clownfish, these tentacles become a sanctuary. The clownfish, through a remarkable adaptation, is able to live unharmed among the stinging arms, gaining shelter from predators that dare not approach. This alliance is built on mutual benefit. The clownfish receives protection, while the anemone gains a vigilant guardian and cleaner. Interestingly, clownfish are not born immune to the anemone's sting. Each juvenile must undergo a careful acclimation process. By gradually brushing their bodies against the tentacles, clownfish build up a protective mucus layer, allowing them to live safely within their host's embrace. Once acclimated, the anemone becomes a fortress, sheltering not only the clownfish, but also their vulnerable eggs from prowling predators. In return, the clownfish acts as a meticulous caretaker, cleaning the anemone and ensuring its health. By eating algae and parasites and constantly moving, the clownfish brings fresh, oxygen-rich water to its host, enhancing the anemone's well-being. The clownfish is also a fierce defender, chasing away butterfly fish and other would-be predators that threaten the anemone's delicate tentacles. This is a textbook example of symbiosis, two species thriving together, each gaining a unique advantage from the partnership. The clownfish's domestic life is equally cooperative. Pairs form strong bonds, communicating through subtle movements and working in harmony. Together, they prepare a nesting site, clearing a patch of rock beneath the protective canopy of their anemone host, ensuring a safe cradle for their future offspring. The male's dedication is unwavering. He proves his worth to the dominant female by tirelessly maintaining the nest and ensuring its cleanliness. After the eggs are laid, the male assumes the primary parenting role, guarding and tending to the clutch with vigilance. He fans the eggs with his fins, keeping them clean and well oxygenated, ensuring the next generation's survival in the bustling reef. This partnership guarantees the safety of their young, allowing them to emerge into a world teeming with both danger and opportunity. Beyond the reef, alliances take on new forms. In the open ocean, predators like dolphins and sailfish rely on teamwork to secure their meals. Sailfish, the ocean's swiftest hunters, form groups to corral schools of baitfish, while dolphins use coordinated maneuvers to herd and trap their prey. Alone, even the fastest predator struggles against the agility of tightly packed shoals. But together, they become formidable hunters. By working in unison, these hunters herd their prey into dense bait balls, concentrating the fish and making them easier to catch. Each predator takes turns striking, using specialized adaptations, sailfish with their sharp bills, dolphins with their speed and agility, to maximize their success. Communication is key. Sailfish flash vibrant colors to signal intent, while dolphins use a symphony of clicks and whistles, ensuring seamless coordination and avoiding chaos. These sophisticated alliances transform the hunt from a frantic chase into a masterclass of teamwork, revealing the extraordinary power of collaboration in the underwater world. Elsewhere on the sandy seabed, the goby fish and pistol shrimp form a unique alliance. The nearly blind shrimp excavates a shared burrow, while the goby stands sentinel, alerting its partner to approaching threats with a flick of its tail. At cleaning stations, cleaner wrasser and shrimp provide essential services, removing parasites from larger fish and even eels. In return, these cleaners are granted safe passage and a steady supply of food. Remoras hitch rides on sharks and rays, feeding on leftovers and parasites. This commensal relationship benefits both. The remora gains transport and food, while the host enjoys a cleaner skin. Even the ocean floor is a stage for cooperation. Sea cucumbers and brittle stars work side by side, recycling nutrients and keeping the seabed healthy for all. And at the very foundation of the reef, corals and microscopic algae called zooxanthellae share a vital partnership. The algae provide energy through photosynthesis, while the coral offers shelter and nutrients, a union that fuels the entire ecosystem. In every corner of the ocean, from the bustling reef to the open blue, these alliances, each unique and finely tuned, are the secret to survival, resilience, and the breathtaking diversity of life beneath the waves. For millennia, wildlife has evolved in response to the shifting rhythms of nature, adapting, surviving, and thriving in a world shaped by elemental forces. Yet, in the modern era, an unprecedented influence has emerged. The presence of humanity has altered the very fabric of wild habitats, introducing new pressures and challenges for every species. Across oceans and continents, the impact is profound. In the sea, the largest fish, the whale shark, once glided through waters undisturbed. But shifting tides brought by human activity have changed migration patterns, altered food sources, and threatened their survival. In some regions, protective measures have allowed populations to stabilize, but the delicate balance remains easily tipped by overfishing, pollution, and habitat loss. The presence of these giants now signals both hope and vulnerability, a testament to the interconnectedness of marine life and the far-reaching consequences of human decisions. On land, the annual migration of red crabs on Christmas Island once unfolded as a seamless, natural spectacle. For generations, these creatures journeyed from forest to sea, shaping the island's ecosystem with their movements. But the introduction of non-native species such as the yellow crazy ant has disrupted this ancient cycle. The ants, thriving in the altered environment, have devastated crab populations, cascading through the food web and altering the landscape. The relentless advance of these invaders, unchecked by natural predators, has led to the loss of millions of crabs, leaving behind empty shells and a transformed ecosystem. The absence of these keystone species reverberates through the island, affecting soil health, plant growth, and the survival of countless other organisms. These stories, from the depths of the ocean to the heart of remote islands, reveal the immense and often irreversible influence of human activity on wildlife. The fate of entire species now hinges on the choices made far beyond their natural boundaries. The legacy of our presence is written in the shifting patterns of migration, the silence of vanished populations, and the fragile resilience of those that remain. Across the frozen silence of the Arctic and the relentless heat of the desert, life endures in forms both ancient and astonishing. In the vibrant depths of the ocean, coral reefs pulse with the movement of countless fish, each adapting to shifting currents and the subtle changes in water temperature. Turtles, encased in ice, slow their hearts to a near standstill, waiting patiently for the thaw that signals a new season of opportunity. Beneath the earth, blind moles navigate a labyrinth of tunnels, relying on vibrations and echoes to map their subterranean world. Forests rise and fall in slow motion, their canopies sheltering generations of creatures whose lives are woven into the cycles of growth, decay, and renewal. On the open plains, wolves move as a single entity, their coordinated pursuit shaping the destiny of the bison herds and maintaining the balance of their ecosystem. Ants, faced with rising waters, instinctively link their bodies to form living rafts, demonstrating the power of collective survival in the face of adversity. In the shallows, frog fathers bear their young across treacherous terrain, while clownfish vigilantly defend their eggs. Each act a testament to the instinctive drive to nurture the next generation. Red crabs surge across the forest floor in a synchronized migration, their journey shaped by ancient rhythms and the ever-present challenge of survival. Whale sharks glide through the open ocean, their immense forms bearing the scars of past trials, yet they continue their ancient migrations, guided by instinct and the promise of sustenance. Cheetahs, built for speed, streak across the savanna in pursuit of prey, their survival dependent on the delicate interplay of predator and environment. As the sun sets, silhouettes of migrating animals cross the horizon, each step a continuation of a story written by adaptation, cooperation, and the relentless pursuit of life. The future of wildlife rests in the persistence of these natural processes, where every species, from the smallest ant to the largest whale shark, shapes and is shaped by the world around them. In this ongoing drama, the resilience of nature offers hope that, given the chance, life will always find a way to endure and flourish. As daylight fades and shadows stretch across the land, a hidden world awakens under the cover of darkness. In the heart of the forest, the silence is broken by the soft flutter of a moth's wings, its scales designed to absorb the echolocation calls of bats, turning a deadly pursuit into a silent ballet of predator and prey. The eyes of the tarsier, enormous and unblinking, gather the faintest traces of moonlight, granting it the power to spot a single insect on a midnight branch. On the savanna, the aardvark emerges from its burrow, its keen sense of smell leading it to colonies of ants and termites. Its tongue, long and sticky, flicks rapidly, gathering a feast hidden from the daytime world. Nearby, the serval cat listens intently, its oversized ears swiveling to catch the faintest rustle of a mouse in the tall grass. With a single leap it pounces, guided by sound alone. In the dense undergrowth, the slow loris moves with deliberate caution, secreting a toxin from its elbows to coat its teeth, a rare defense in the mammalian world. This venomous bite deters would-be predators, a secret weapon revealed only under the cover of night. Meanwhile, the firefly squid glows in the dark ocean depths, its bioluminescent body pulsing with electric blue light. This living lantern draws prey closer, while confusing larger hunters with a dazzling display. Above the canopy, owls glide in utter silence, their specialized feathers muffling every beat of their wings. Their vision, adapted to the faintest glimmers, and razor-sharp talons make them formidable hunters of the twilight. On the desert floor, the fennec fox uses its enormous ears to radiate heat and listen for insects burrowing beneath the sand, surviving where others would perish. Night is not just a time for survival, but for unique forms of communication and courtship. Bush babies leap from branch to branch, marking their territory with scent trails only detectable in the cool night air. Male frogs call out in chorus, their voices amplified by the stillness, each note a beacon to potential mates. Across every environment, the creatures of the night reveal the extraordinary adaptations that allow life to flourish when the world sleeps. In the darkness, new challenges are met with innovation, and the ancient drama of survival unfolds in silence and shadow, hidden from the eyes of day. High above the forest floor, where sunlight filters through a mosaic of leaves, a distinct world thrives, one suspended in the lofty embrace of the canopy. Here, branches interlace to form intricate pathways, creating a realm that demands both agility and ingenuity from its inhabitants. Spider monkeys, with their prehensile tails acting as a fifth limb, swing effortlessly from branch to branch. Their elongated fingers and flexible joints grant them unmatched dexterity, allowing them to pluck succulent fruits from the farthest reaches. Nearby, the resplendent quetzal perches quietly, its iridescent feathers shimmering in the dappled light. This bird's lightweight bones and specialized wing shape provide the perfect balance between maneuverability and stability among the dense foliage. In the shadows, gliding mammals like flying squirrels and colugos launch themselves into the void, extending flaps of skin between their limbs to sail silently from tree to tree. This aerial prowess allows them to evade ground predators and access distant food sources with minimal effort. Meanwhile, leafcutter ants march in disciplined columns along slender branches, carrying fragments many times their own weight. Their complex societies cultivate fungal gardens within hollowed twigs, transforming the canopy into a network of miniature farms suspended above the earth. Camouflage is a vital strategy in this elevated world. The green tree python coils motionless along a bough, its vibrant scales blending seamlessly with moss and leaves, lying in wait for an unwary bird. Stick insects, nearly indistinguishable from the twigs they inhabit, sway gently to mimic the movement of the wind, eluding both predators and prey. Competition for sunlight compels epiphytic plants like orchids and bromeliads to anchor themselves high in the branches, drawing the moisture from the humid air and trapping rainwater in cupped leaves. These miniature reservoirs become microhabitats for dart frogs, who lay their eggs in the shallow pools, ensuring their tadpoles develop far from terrestrial threats. The canopy is a place of constant negotiation and subtle alliances. Capuchin monkeys form tight-knit groups, grooming one another to reinforce bonds and working together to ward off intruders. Hornbills rely on tree cavities for nesting, sealing the female inside with mud and fruit pulp, leaving only a narrow slit for the male to deliver food. A unique adaptation that protects their vulnerable chicks from snakes and other predators. Every inch of this aerial kingdom is a battleground for resources and territory. Gibbons announce their presence with haunting songs, echoing across the treetops to deter rivals and attract mates. Chameleons, masters of color change, shift their hues not just for camouflage, but to signal mood and intentions to others of their kind. As daylight wanes, bats take to the air, their wings beating between tangled vines and towering trunks. They pollinate night-blooming flowers and disperse seeds, ensuring the continued vitality of the forest. In the canopy, survival hinges on specialization, each species carving out a niche in the vast, layered tapestry above the ground. Here, innovation is the key to persistence, and every adaptation tells a story of life lived on the edge, where the sky meets the leaves, and the forest's greatest secrets are hidden in plain sight. Vast and windswept, the tundra stretches toward the horizon, a stark landscape where the ground remains locked in icy slumber for most of the year. Here, beneath a sky often streaked with pale auroras, life endures at the very limits of possibility. Temperatures plunge well below freezing, and biting winds scour the open plains, shaping a world where only the most resilient survive. The Arctic fox, cloaked in a thick coat that shifts from snowy white in winter to mottled brown in summer, navigates this hostile terrain with remarkable ingenuity. Its compact body and short ears minimize heat loss, while fur-lined paws act as natural snowshoes, allowing silent movement over the frozen ground. With a keen sense of hearing, it locates lemmings tunneling beneath the snow, pouncing with pinpoint accuracy to secure a vital meal. Nearby, herds of caribou trek in endless migration across the tundra, their hooves broad and splayed to traverse boggy ground and deep drifts alike. These travelers subsist on lichen, slow-growing, nutrient-poor, yet abundant, in this sparse environment. During the brief summer, calves are born in synchrony, overwhelming predators and giving the next generation a fighting chance. In shallow, icy ponds, the wood frog defies expectations. It survives the winter by allowing its body to freeze almost solid, its heart stopping as ice crystals form within its tissues. Protected by natural antifreeze, it thaws with the spring sun, resuming life as if awakened from a deep slumber. Above, the snowy owl glides low over the tundra, its ghostly plumage blending seamlessly with the landscape. With piercing yellow eyes, it scans for movement, relying on acute vision and silent flight to surprise its prey. In the short, frenetic summer, these owls nest on open ground, fiercely defending their chicks from marauding Arctic foxes and gulls. The musk ox, shaggy and formidable, forms tight defensive circles when threatened, calves shielded at the center. Its dense, woolly undercoat, caveat, traps warmth, while sharp horns ward off wolves, one of the tundra's top predators. Wolves themselves rely on teamwork, traversing vast distances to bring down caribou or musk oxen, their survival hinging on cooperation and endurance. Tiny yet vital, the tundra bumblebee braves chilly winds, pollinating dwarf willows and Arctic poppies. Its body is covered in insulating fuzz, and it vibrates its flight muscles to generate heat, allowing it to fly when few other insects can. Underfoot, permafrost locks away nutrients, while the active summer layer bursts with life, mosses, lichens, and hardy shrubs. This fragile vegetation must grow quickly, racing against a fleeting season of sunlight before the cold returns. The tundra's challenges are relentless, fierce blizzards, scarce food, and long, sunless winters. Yet every inhabitant is a testament to adaptation, each survival strategy honed by generations to meet the demands of this frozen frontier. Here life persists, not in spite of the cold, but because of the unique opportunities it presents. In the silence of the tundra, resilience is the rule, and every living thing is a quiet miracle of endurance. Beneath our feet and hidden among leaves, insects reign as the unseen architects of Earth's ecosystems. In the dense understory of a tropical rainforest, leafcutter ants march in endless columns, their jaws shearing vibrant fragments from the canopy above. Each tiny worker carries its burden back to an underground metropolis, where the leaves serve not as food, but as substrate for a meticulously cultivated fungus, the colony's true sustenance. Deep within the Amazon, the orchid bee glimmers with metallic hues, collecting rare scents from flowers and tree bark to craft a unique perfume, a chemical signature essential for courtship. On the African savanna, dung beetles perform their vital service, sculpting spheres of dung and rolling them across the sun-baked earth. These determined insects navigate by the light of the Milky Way, using celestial cues to travel in straight lines and bury their precious cargo away from competitors. In temperate woodlands, the click beetle's sudden snap propels it skyward, escaping predators with a startling burst of energy, while its larvae, wireworms, bore through soil in search of roots to consume. Among the reeds of a tranquil pond, the water strider skates effortlessly across the surface, its hydrophobic legs distributing weight so precisely that it never breaks the tension of the water below. Nearby, predaceous diving beetles trap air beneath their elytra, transforming their bodies into makeshift scuba tanks as they hunt tadpoles and small fish in submerged realms. In the dry heat of the Australian outback, the green tree ant weaves leaves together using silk spun by their larvae, constructing elaborate nests suspended in the treetops. These ants form living bridges with their bodies, spanning gaps to ferry workers and food, their cooperation a marvel of instinct and coordination. Meanwhile, the bombardier beetle employs a volatile chemical spray, mixing reactive compounds within its abdomen to unleash a boiling, noxious burst that deters would-be attackers. High in the Himalayas, the Himalayan honeybee braves thin air and freezing winds, building vast hives on sheer cliff faces. These giant bees harvest nectar from rhododendron flowers, producing honey with unique properties while enduring raids by predatory hornets and relentless weather. In the Mediterranean dusk, the glowworm larva transforms its abdomen into a living lantern, attracting unsuspecting prey with a soft bioluminescent glow before ensnaring them in sticky threads. Within the tangled roots of a mangrove swamp, mosquito larvae wriggle in brackish pools, filtering microscopic detritus and breathing through specialized siphons that pierce the water's surface. On wind-swept grasslands, the antlion larva digs a conical pit in loose sand, lying in wait at the bottom, jaws open, ready to ambush any insect that stumbles within its trap. The diversity of insect life is matched only by the ingenuity of their survival strategies. Some, like the stick insect, vanish into their surroundings with perfect camouflage, while others, such as the monarch butterfly, embark on epic migrations spanning continents, guided by the sun and an internal compass. Parasitic wasps lay eggs within caterpillars, their larvae consuming the host from within, a delicate balance of life and death that shapes entire populations. Every ecosystem, forest, grassland, desert, or wetland, owes its vibrancy to these tireless engineers. Their pollination enables flowering plants to flourish, their decomposition recycles nutrients, and their intricate food webs sustain countless other creatures. Insects in all their forms exemplify adaptation at its finest, each species a testament to the boundless creativity of evolution, thriving in niches both visible and concealed. In the labyrinthine world of rivers and wetlands, life ebbs and flows with the water's gentle pulse. Here, the boundary between land and water blurs, creating a haven for creatures uniquely adapted to this shifting mosaic. Under the emerald canopy of a flooded forest, the arapaima, one of the world's largest freshwater fish, glides silently through tannin-stained waters. Its armored scales deflect the bites of hungry piranhas, while a specialized respiratory system allows it to gulp air from the surface, thriving where oxygen is scarce. Nearby, electric knifefish navigate the murky depths, emitting delicate electrical fields to sense prey and rivals, their signals weaving an invisible web of communication through the silt-laden currents. Amid tangled reeds and floating lilies, the jacana steps with improbable grace, its slender toes splay wide, enabling it to walk atop fragile vegetation in search of insects and snails. Males tend to the nests, cradling eggs beneath their wings, while vibrant females defend vast territories with fierce resolve. Hidden below, the African lungfish lies dormant in a cocoon of mud during the dry season, slowing its heartbeat to a near standstill, waiting for the rains to return and the world to awaken. In the shadowy shallows, the fishing spider hunts, poised above the water's surface. Sensitive hairs detect the faintest ripple as an unsuspecting minnow strays too close. In a blur, the spider darts, seizing its prize and dragging it ashore, an arachnid predator that has mastered both land and liquid realms. On sun-dappled banks, the painted turtle basks, absorbing warmth before slipping beneath the surface to graze on submerged plants. Its shell, a mosaic of olive and gold, serves as both armor and camouflage, blending seamlessly with riverbed pebbles. Nearby, the elusive bittern freezes mid-stride, its streaked plumage mimicking the reeds as it stalks amphibians in the shallows, vanishing at the slightest sign of danger. Below the surface, schools of glass catfish shimmer like living phantoms, their transparent bodies revealing beating hearts and fluttering gills. These spectral fish communicate through subtle vibrations, coordinating their movements to evade predators and exploit fleeting pockets of food. In the tangled roots of a mangrove, the mud skipper emerges at low tide. Its bulging eyes scan for rivals and mates, while muscular fins propel it across exposed mudflats. Breathing both air and water, the mud skipper excavates burrows to escape the midday heat and the threat of predatory crabs. As dusk descends, the chorus of frogs swells, a symphony of calls reverberating through the mist. The glass frog, nearly invisible save for its emerald bones and beating heart, clings to overhanging leaves, guarding jelly-like eggs from marauding wasps. Farther downstream, the river otter slips through swirling eddies, herding fish into shallows with playful agility, teaching her young the secrets of the hunt. In these watery arteries, survival is a constant negotiation, a dance of adaptation and resourcefulness. Every flooded forest, marshy expanse, and winding stream harbours its own caste of specialists, each shaped by the relentless push and pull of water. The pulse of wetlands sustains a living tapestry, where the struggle for existence gives rise to some of nature's most extraordinary innovations and alliances.